Hi, this is Lakhi Singh, the Property Fixer. I'm here to help you grow your property, your business, create new income streams for yourself in our fabulous alternative property business solutions community. So if you want knowledge, insights, information that's going to help you support you in your business and property journey and your income journey, then in our community we'll be giving away tons and tons of information, 20-minute clip videos breaking down lots of valuable knowledge. So do watch us, and a lot more to come in June after the lockdown.
If it's 20 this year, next year is 21, the following year will be 22, and then the following year after that will be 23, which is about
that's
2 years away.
Yeah, so that's when you're back to pre-COVID days. So that's their understanding of it. I think 20 is wiped out. 21 next summer, no idea where we are. I've just cancelled. Last week we would have been at Park Lane Hilton with our London event, which we cancelled. We're just about to cancel the Birmingham one in February because we think that's tight. That takes me to the Leicester, and Leicester we cancelled this year as well. Listen, this is a fast-moving. I've just caught some news. Trump has got coronavirus. I've just heard Trump and his wife, I think, have just
confirmed yesterday that he and his wife, is it Milani?
Yeah.
They both have the virus.
That's
obvious.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
So obviously there's going to be pandemonium there because they've got the elections coming. So I think, look, globally speaking, we have still an issue. I think for people in business, they've got to assume that uncertainty is the norm. That's what it will be like for the next 6 to 9 months, that we will remain in a flux where the economy is going to keep moving and changing. So I think the only certainty is uncertainty. And I think we spoke about, Lakhi Singh and I, we spoke about, look at your client base. What is it you were offering them before or are still offering them? And can you offer them something else in addition that helps them? So I think the next 3 to 6 to 9 months are going to be unpredictable. But the biggest thing that's it's going to bring some kind of certainty is going to be the vaccine. And until that point, I think businesses need to understand how to live today in the short term, because the future, whilst they have a vision and a strategy, the route there is going to be turbulent.
You're okay. You're lucky in terms of, you're not lucky because lucky is Lakhi Singh, but I'm saying you're lucky in terms of your in property investments. You say were commercials, warehouses, I think maybe, and your tenants are more on the manufacturing side.
That's right. That's right. So
you haven't been impacted that way. So
I know.
But surely are not the manufacturers being impacted if there's no retail or there's no real commerce going on?
Yeah, I think in a recession or when the economy is going south, normally we call it a circular economy, and everybody, what we mean by that is everybody gets affected. Certain sectors get affected more than others, but everybody gets affected. Consumer confidence goes down.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah, business investment goes down, and eventually it catches people. And that's why when people say to me, well, why do I care what's happening in China or India or America? Well, they fail to understand the global interconnectedness, and that eventually whatever happens, it comes down to hit you.
Yeah, so I mean, the point is, it is a circular, it's not just in a circular economy, it's a circular global economy now with all of the, I mean, the last 20 years, there's been a focus on WTO and then trade agreements, and then the rise of the EU, and then now the exit from the EU. Lakhi Singh, what's your take on it? Where do you think, if you've got offerings, what is it that you're doing that is an additional offering or enhanced offering that Linda suggests? Are you doing that already? Is there something you're offering? Like, are you able to provide something different that the other businesses can't provide? What is it you're offering that's a USP, an add-on?
Well, what we've done is we've basically every part of the company, the 5 verticals we've got, we've already decided, I think, literally within a week of COVID happening, because we were already anticipating some sort of major global meltdown anyway around March time this year. But, you know, we were the sort of doomsayers, but we didn't obviously anticipate that it's going to be a global pandemic that could be killing millions. So 5 key things we've done. Number one is we've got 4 product sets and we need to take them to market. So we were already doing a license model where people would be able to become associates and offer our services out to people that might need property help. So what we've done for them is we reduced our basic membership from £2,000 to 0. So that means that they can introduce business and create a revenue income for themselves. In the time of COVID-19, so as the economy is worsening, they can offer solutions and still make money by offering solutions to people. So helping the potential people that may be in line for homelessness, possibly. So that's one critical thing we've done. The second thing we've done is, again, we normally charge 1% or 2% for selling a property. We reduced our figures down to 0. So we're selling property now again for 0%.
How do you do that? Is it possible you're operating at 0%? What about all the cost and the admin behind the sale? How are you managing that?
So what happens is that if somebody wants a very quick sale, then they can access our database. They pay us 1%. But the 1%ers that we get are enough to cover all the 0% cost coverage. In addition, in certain deals, we also would charge a buyer a fee as well because they feel they may be getting a better deal. So it's all swings and roundabouts, but the numbers work because we've done all the stress testing on that. And we've got the infrastructure to be able to do it in a way. So we're doing it through social media, through Facebook. And in fact, this account itself is going to be a catalyst towards that. So Facebook and social media are a somewhat almost like a free resource to be able to get out the message about what we're doing. So
I think you've got a bit of a specialism, haven't you, in social media marketing and the use of it. So excellent that you're using that. So anything else? What else are you doing?
So the other thing is that we were doing negative equity negotiations before, but we've structured a product now where we can literally write off the negative equity altogether and give people a deed of settlement. So that in itself can be done at a very low cost and gets people out of a pickle. So all 3 products actually are suited to a problematic market. So the worse things they're getting, the more we're able to help people to get out of their problems. And then we've also got a product which is to stop repossession in 24 hours anywhere in the country with a company called Immediate Bank Claims, which is also internal to us. So we could literally turn up at court within 24 hours, providing we get all the information today, and attend court for you to stop your repossession, whether you're a householder or otherwise. And the last thing is, the extension is that the bridging companies almost gone to 50% of the people that were lending before aren't lending anymore. So we've now deployed over about 20 private lenders who would lend not on lots of detailed criteria, they just lend on the project. So I'm taking on about 1 or 2 new private lenders to come on our bridging books every day. So I think we're really busy in terms of structuring and actually creating the solutions within the current problematic market.
Okay, there's a whole host of things there. It's not just one. And I think there may be, I mean, I'm just guessing, you originally were to run an event or like an annual event or a get together for a lot of the associate members you were doing for this free online networking and associate model. How has that been now put on ice? Is it a bit like Ninda realizing that events aren't going to happen? And Ninda, have you at least considered the option of turning the events around and making them more web-based or webinar-based? Can that work in the model that you had? And how would you have implemented it?
So what we did was we asked people why they come to our event. So we tracked about 600 people, 500 to 600 people, and they gen across the sort of sectors. And we asked people, well, why do you come? Why do you sort of pay top dollar? And what they said was, it's the people that are in the room. So we tend to attract some of the movers and shakers, and people who are influential in their sector or across business. Those kind of people are very difficult to get to in normal circumstances.
Yeah.
No, if they come to my event, there's a high probability they'll be in the room. And as you know, people like to be associated with successful people. They like to be around successful people. So that bit of our offering, that crucial USP, you can't offer that on web because these people.
So there's a widget there, or there is a weakness or a crack in the events that you do that require the actual live interaction. So it's what about the product side of what you were doing the events? Because I assume from what I've gathered of what you've said, there is a mix of business services with some entertainment. So which bit of that would be stripped away? Would you have stripped away and put onto the web if you could and generate interest that way?
There's two ways to look at this, and I spoke to Lakhi about this. It's the nature of your product. So if your product is what I call experiential, in other words, it's experience-based. So, I mean, one of the things people thought were when Sky TV threw all this money at football, that nobody would go to watch a game because they'd all watch it on TV. Well, Premiership games have always been packed out. So people go for the experience, and you can't buy the experience. And generally, now here's the interesting sort of paradox is, if your product is people-based, you are unlikely in the long term to be replaced by a robot or an algorithm.
Okay.
Remember, my music I was selling CDs and vinyls, but that got replaced by the mobile phone because you could download. So a lot of businesses out there could be replaced by an algorithm or by digital. Just think of
okay.
So just think
what you're saying is inherently there is still the requirement for human interaction, and human fragilities cannot be replaced by models or kits. So that possibly blows out the water, Lakhi Singh, your idea of having miniature Lakhi Singhs as fixers. That's probably not going to work. So does that replace you? Can you have live models of yourself, and will that give comfort to people looking for your solutions?
I think it could actually. I think it could work. That's a very good idea, actually. It's an innovation. You could have, just like you've got
Little models with
you could have, like you've got Bob the Builder. You could have probably Lakhi the Property Fixer for adults that could probably hug my doll at night or something, just to make them feel better when they're having to deal with issues.
Probably going to areas a bit weird. Yes, hugging you every night.
I think you started it, so I think it's better you finish it now.
Have a digital message telling them everything will be all right in the morning or something. Okay, that
Everything will
makes
be
sense.
all right. Yes,
In the morning.
it could be like that.
Oh,
It could be.
well,
I could do like
you've
it
already,
could be like a bangla doll to sort of cheer them up in the morning.
yeah.
Ding,
Well,
ding,
there
ding,
you
we
are.
could put
So,
the Punjabi MC track on and say ding, 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 ding. Yeah,
yeah. Well, there you are. The creative
that could
side
actually
of.
work.
Do you think
Linda,
he's
what
got
do
a
you reckon?
future
Should we set up this new
in
enterprise?
music?
Sounds
Did
good.
you get? Do you think he's got a future in music with that repetition? Well, it sounded like a broken guitar, but I'm not sure. Was it a broken guitar that? Is it okay? What's the name of that instrument? It's a very cultural. It's like a 1 or 2 string type of a. It's like a, like a self-made guitar or something. The one that
Yeah.
produces the music. Like what is that called?
I think it's called Tumbi, isn't it? Is it
Yeah.
Tumbi?
The Tumbi.
That's probably what you wear under your kameez, Lakhi Singh.
Actually, I think I just realized yesterday that both myself and Linda, we both can play the tabla. But I think I'm more like a beginner. But I did show him some of my skills on the back of two bins,
Yes.
which did make him laugh, I think. But I think
Okay,
he's got.
excellent.
I think you should actually get Ninda on to play some tabla for us, actually, for at least a
Gee,
couple of
okay.
minutes on the
Let's
show.
do
I
that as
reckon.
something. Are you actually still a live performer in the Singh of Tabla? Do you still play
Yeah,
the?
yeah. Only a couple of years ago. Well, when I was a couple of years, just pre-COVID, we had a big show because I still play with the Janak, and we had a big show in the jungle in Malaysia, and it was called
Oh, okay, in the jungle in Malaysia. That's probably going to attract lots of wild animals. So, did you actually play the tabla there? Then you're saying?
Yeah, it was good. We had about, I think, 40,000 people in the crowd. It was really
Excellent.
good.
Do you, okay, so when you, okay, that's another look. There's another topic there to open up, Linda. When you have such a huge gathering and you have all the noise and the essence of crowds, how does it feel when you have to go back to the hotel room or go back to your lonely solely? Is it not a bit of a paradox? Is it not a bit antidepressant?
Well, interesting. So some of the people we've played with, Sir Tom Jones, we've played on
Yes.
stage with him, Prodigy, Fatboy Slim. So we've been fortunate.
$20 bill.
Yeah, we've been.
Give it a shout out.
Yeah, we were fortunate to have had some great shows. The advantage, I think, of playing live in a band is it's a totally different experience to then your full time, if that makes sense. But of course, don't forget the markets I operate in, which is entertainment, events. It's all around creativity and thinking outside the box anyway. And I think one of the reasons my events have done quite well is that I had an understanding of how entertainment and events work because of playing on stage all around the world. Understood lighting, understood sound, understood video, understood marketing because we had to brand our artists. And of course, in studios, you take risks, you do a track and then the track doesn't quite work. You throw it in the bin and start again. So risk taking, creativity, out of the box thinking is second nature actually to most musicians. They do it all the time. And I think if you approach business in that way, with an agile mind, think about everything, accept everything, take all the risks, with some calculation, then you tend to be a lot more fast moving than thinking in what I call a black and white syndrome.
Okay, so was it actually who sang the soundtrack? Munda to Bach. Is it yours?
No. It's a guy called Lab Jinjua from Punjab. Unfortunately, he's passed away.
Okay, right. So he was the actual original voice on that track.
Yeah.
Excellent. And he was part of the Achanak group, was he, or was he?
No, he was just a singer in India, but he penned the vocals down.
Okay.
Different
I think
product.
it was more of a mix, wasn't it, Linda? It's
Sorry?
like a mix of 2-3 different tracks mixed together.
Yeah, it was the sample of do you remember the car, the Knight Rider?
Yeah.
We took a sample
Right. Yes.
Dana.
Do you think actually Lakhi has a future in trying to create music from his vocals?
Listen, everybody's got an opportunity to do whatever they wish.
Yes.
Actually,
okay.
I don't know when Linda knows this, but I actually can't sing because I'm probably tone deaf.
Because you're Lakhi
But
Singh.
I can attempt to. I can actually sing in
Not
Italian,
sing.
and I've learned a few
Okay.
Punjabi songs as well. So can I do a quick audition later as well,
Yeah,
Linda, for you?
yes.
Maybe
Excellent.
I can
Yes.
come on. I can sing in Italian. I mean, is it worth doing? Maybe not in public because might be a bit
Probably
embarrassing.
outside the railway station, possibly Lakhi Singh. That's probably where it works. So in the last
I
few
can't sing, but I
seconds,
know all the
few
words.
minutes.
Does that count for anything?
No, this is not. It looks like Lakhi Singh is forcing in like an X Factor audition. You're not getting a chance in Lakhi Singh. You're the property fixer, and we're in the last minute, so we're going to have to say.
West Punjab. Remember the West Punjab video?
Yes, West Punjab. Well, we have Bob Singh who gives you a shout as well. So, Linda, it's really been exciting trying to get into the world of entertainment. I actually feel like I'm a half producer now.
Oh, nice.
Now I'm going to try and break the chart industry, trying to bring in Lakhi Singh as a beatboxer in Punjabi. It's not going to work, but it's different. I'll be knocking on, not doors, I'll be knocking on, yeah, there you are. Yeah, I'll be busting doors down. But the problem is, I don't think you've got a future, Lakhi. So stick to.
I think I can do that song. That's over. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Have you heard that one? I can do that really well.
I think Lakhi Singh is now on a high now. So I'm going to say for the last 30 seconds, Ninda Singh, thank you so much for your time. Hope to see you soon again. We're going to be looking out for that video, obviously the interview. Lakhi Singh, thank you so much to Lakhi Singh, the property fixer. As usual, gone a bit crazy this morning, trying to be a beatboxer in Punjabi, which doesn't work. Thank you so much, guys. See you next week. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. every morning drive time. Don't forget to look out for Lakhi Singh on Saturday and Sunday, who's doing his drive time with the famous Mr. Adnan Pasha, who's dealing with the LPA properties. Thank you so much, guys.